That was a quick one. Wow. Usually I talk a little bit, but we've been talking for the past, hour and a half. Shout out Zach. He's the one that's been yapping his ass off like he always does.
All right, man.
I'm kidding. That was just straight. I apologize. Anyways, let's see. It's Monday, November 10th. Double digits in the month of November for days. You know what that means. It's another step closer to Christmas, and that's what we're here for. Also, 1 week ago, let's preface this real quick. Zach, go ahead and stand up for me. If you remember from last week, we had a bet that if the Spurs lost, no, hold on. I didn't say sit down.
I'm good.
I didn't say sit down.
Okay. Everybody knows who's on the back. Everybody knows.
We just want to see you. We just want to see you twirl. That's it. We just want to see you twirl. We just want to see you twirl.
No, you're
All
fine.
All right, fine. My fault. But if you know about last week, cue the clip. We had a bet. Whoever lost, Spurs Lakers, has to wear the other team's jersey. Guess what happened? Obviously, we know what the hell happened. I'm wearing mine too. My Lakers jersey. You know what? I'll even stand up. Because this man right here put on a show in the City of Angels.
It's a great day to be a Laker.
So great.
Never forget.
Shout out, Mr. Asterisk.
Him.
Shout out him. Yeah, we ain't
him. Yeah.
No.
That's Heike Glaze.
He's not even him.
That's Heike Glaze.
Shout out her.
Yeah.
Shout out her.
That's crazy.
But at the end, the same thing. Downed him. Downed your Spurs. How? You know what? Story time. We had work that night, so we was watching on Zach's phone, like in between every break that we had. Every time I was looking for times to blow my whistle so I can look at my phone and see the score of the game. And from what I watched after on the replay, and from what we heard right after the game, all time great game, but ass game, if you know what I mean. The calls were just unbelievably bad both ways. But when it came down to it, unbelievable finish, by the way. That was a great finish to a game. Unfortunately, Wemby fouled out. But
I wouldn't call it a great finish. I mean, I don't know about you, but I personally
we literally gave y'all a chance to win the game like multiple times. Like I don't know what we were doing. If you watch the game, I mean, we were up 6 or something. They got a couple buckets late. That then Marcus Smart, they didn't put his foot over the line to chuck it to Rui Hachimura. And then y'all got a little inbound that went out of bounds with like 0.3 left. And then we got a foul with 0.1 left on the little tip up. And then Julian Champagny missed the first free throw, and that was game. And then y'all actually got a chance to tip it back in, and Keldon Johnson missed it. So that's like 4 or 5 chances right there. But I'm not complaining because now I get to see my co-host in the Lakers jersey, which is, just beautiful. What a day to be alive, man. What a day to be alive. Anyways, enough yap about the Lakers Spurs. We'll maybe get down a little bit more into that later. Zach, how was your last week been?
It's been great aside from that game. I mean, obviously, yeah, I don't want to talk much more about that game after what you just said about what you've been saying. But
brought back memories.
Yeah, I've kind of forgot about it. I've kind of tried to suppress it. That Rockets game kind of saved me. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll talk about that one a little bit.
That's a game the Spurs shouldn't have won, but they did, and good teams win those games.
We'll talk about other two.
But just outside of hoops, life's been great. Can't complain. How about you?
Hey, life is good. Last episode you talked about how you were able to go cover some men's basketball. I'm on the women's side of things, so both of us, on top of doing this podcast, our whole life is just around hoops right now, which is just beautiful when you think about it. Podcast, he's doing men's, I'm doing women's. I got to talk with Coach Miller, Molly Miller, on Friday at practice, and on Saturday I covered their game. The number 1 recruit in the nation in class of 2027, Kalina Smith, was at practice. I got to talk to her a little bit. That was awesome. And life is good. Life is good when hoops is on, man. And hoops has been on in all facets of that word and phrase. So life is good. But we back in the studio, rising and grinding on a Monday at 3 o'clock. Nope, damn near 4. And this episode, hey, it's gonna be a fire one. We this is gonna be our new little structure thing. We kind of got that down a little bit last week. A little bit of talking points. There's not too many talking points like there was last week. But every Monday now we will be doing power rankings for players and teams and then next week we'll come out with a joint MVP, Rookie of the Year awards ladders kind of thing. Um, excuse me. For power rankings, they're more my opinion, his opinion. They're pretty similar at times. But that's how it kind of goes with that, and we'll get into that when we get to that later in the episode. But right now, actually, we're gonna get that pretty soon because there's not a lot to talk about really.
Yeah, no.
This episode's very centered around Lakers Spurs and Spurs stuff and that those rankings. Uh, we talked about Lakers Spurs. That was just fun. I just want to hear your thoughts on it. Like that's it.
It was a sloppy game. It was kind of the game I expected to be played for a team without a true primary ball handler, without De'Aaron Fox, without Dylan Harper. I mean, we're going to talk about Fox's return later in this episode, but I kind of knew going into that game that it was going to be rough. I was really hoping De'Aaron Fox would be back. Was really hoping Luke Cornett would be back. Hopefully that's tonight. I mean, yeah, it's just some rough stretches for this team. It's to be expected, but when you're leading a game like that late in the game, I just expect the team to win at this
Yeah.
point. And that's kind of where the disappointment follows. Disappointment's also in the turnovers. I mean, Stephon Castle had a rough go. Wimby had a rough go. Wimby still adjusting to the in that game was definitely still adjusting to being doubled as much as he was, but he's kind of figured that out as of late.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think a part of it, him adjusting, is also just his teammates making shots that he gives them, and we
There
saw
has
that
been
a
no
lot,
shot making.
especially in the second half of the Houston game. Like we really saw that. It just Wednesday it wasn't clicking, it wasn't going. I mean, I think Devin Vassell had a pretty bad.
Levinson
No,
had a
Vassell had
solid
it.
outing
No, Vassell had it going early. If I think he trailed off towards the end. I want to say,
in the Lakers game.
yeah, I want to say,
Yeah, he had like a quick 8 in the first quarter. I think it
yeah,
was, and then he didn't really not he didn't get the touches, but he just wasn't knocking down the shots that Wemby kind of
exactly.
gave him out of the double teams, which is something that I thought like we talked about this on Wednesday before the game and all that kind of stuff. Well, that episode actually released on Thursday, but like we talked about like how important it is for your guys around Wemby to knock down shots in this game, especially because the Lakers interior they're gonna double Wemby literally damn near every possession because like that's what they're gonna do. That's the interior is what's shaky for the Lakers squad, and then and in the game like obviously this isn't like a statement for the general of the whole season, but DeAndre Ayton played really well, which is something that I didn't expect to happen honestly, and he played well. He had a double double, 22 and 10, and by those stats or those numbers outplayed Wemby. I'm not saying he did better than Wemby because Wemby's obviously just the it factor of like he's there, so like things happen around him. But I didn't expect that kind of level of energy, aggression, and just level of play out of Aiden. I mean, I've seen spurts of it throughout the season so far, watching him. But I mean, that was his first true test. Can you stifle one of the league's top premier interior guys? And he didn't necessarily stifle them. It wasn't really on him, but he made it difficult for him to do a lot of things that he normally does. He's usually a 30, 15, 6 block type of guy. And he got into early foul trouble and then eventually fouled out, which is in large part usually to the guy that's down low on the opposition. So shout out to him. Obviously, he didn't play the greatest in Atlanta the next time out. But I mean, I can't really, I can't say much more about that. I think that's just going to show that although I'm not the biggest fan of Aiden, I don't think a lot of people are. But I mean, DeAndre Aiden has really come on this year and been a piece that is serviceable and at some points reliable. And he passed his first test. His next test is on Wednesday against the OKC team when he has to go against Chet, maybe Hartenstein sometimes. So we'll see. But that was my biggest takeaway from it: how good DeAndre Ayton played, and then obviously Luka. I mean, yeah, when is it not about Luka at this point? It, he's. We'll talk about him in a little bit in power and player power rankings, but
I hate playing Luka Doncic, man.
yeah,
I hate watching
it's
my favorite basketball team play against Luka Doncic.
yeah,
That's just
it's
period.
kind of
Like
insane just to think like I still haven't wrapped around the fact like I'm wearing his jersey in a Lakers jersey, and yes, this is a fake
it's
jersey,
wrong, man. It's wrong.
but
It's
yes,
corrupt. It's yeah.
I mean I'm not complaining at all, obviously, but it is just a little weird, and I just I he's averaging 37 still. He's
I'm tired of watching him play my favorite basketball team. But
at least you don't have to watch
moving
him play as
on,
many times as you used to. So
moving on to a more favorable matchup for my favorite basketball team, Spurs Rockets. Going into the game, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of wanted to pretend the game didn't exist because before the game,
definitely.
you gotta take into account we just got the news, but right before, like a few hours before the game started, that De'Aaron Fox will be returning on the second half of our back to back in our home game against New Orleans Saturday. So I, like many other Spurs fans out there, were just kind of writing off Friday's game, like, oh
Chalk it up.
yeah, chalk it. Like Rockets were on a 4-game win streak at the time. I
Yeah,
want to say,
they're playing like the best team in the league at that point. It looked like
yeah, the net rating's insane. Granted, they didn't beat any good team on that stretch. I mean, I just wanted to
they
count
were
that
number
to be
one in
clear.
net rating though.
But yeah, no, they were ridiculous down that stretch. And then they came into San Antonio and they looked like a terrible basketball team. I mean,
Yeah.
let's just be honest here. Neither team has played great. There was like 40 combined turnovers that game. It was some I saw somebody label it as YMCA hoops, and I kind of agree.
Little League YMCA hoops.
Like really, like especially that sequence at the end after Castle got that rebound. I mean, I like
Hmm.
almost yeah, I almost jumped out of my skin there. Like
Bro.
I don't know how to describe it. I was like not good basketball, but
Oh
regardless, good
man.
teams win that game. Yeah, that's obviously a great win to see. I always love to see the Spurs beat the Rockets. Uh, Quite a few takeaways from that game because I really feel like the second half, Wemby started to figure out the doubling situation. Yeah, he kind of figured out how to beat that not only, but everybody else around him was hitting shots. Like Harrison Barnes had an incredible game. Julian Champagnie had an incredible game. Stephon Castle didn't have an incredible game shooting wise, but he was still really good, especially as a playmaker. I mean, he had 14 assists. He had 7 assists in the first quarter with no turnovers, which for Stephon Castle, that is huge.
Yeah.
And was that the Houston game or was that the New Orleans game? I don't know. I forget which game that was.
That was the Houston game. I remember
Was it?
watching that.
Okay,
Yeah, I
okay.
think so. I'm pretty sure it was.
The 7 assists, no turnovers. I know he did it in one of the games, but
Let's
he
find
has
out.
been incredible playmaking recently. And obviously, a lot of that's due to his immense driving skill and his immense ability to get to the foul line.
Yeah, it
He
was.
makes some.
Oh,
He has some smart cuts. I mean,
it was the New Orleans game. He had the 7 assists.
okay, okay,
Sorry, but
okay. No, it's all good.
he had 13 against Houston. That's why I thought
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
He had an insane amount of assists
He
against
had
Houston.
14 against New Orleans, so I mean, he's playing out of his mind.
Hmm.
But he has some incredible. He's had some incredible offensive rebounds recently, especially in that Houston game. Him and Keldon Johnson have come up huge on the offensive boards. Keldon has really come up huge all season, which is just incredible. I mean, it's absolutely amazing for a team to see one of their players develop like this late in his career and kind of almost change his game. But his offensive rebounding has been immense, especially at his size. Uh, Getting back to Castle though, sorry, I kind of got off on a tangent about Keldon Johnson, but Castle is a winning basketball player. I think that's just what it comes down to.
Hmm.
Sure, we don't know how effective he'll be in the playoffs. Transition demons don't usually do that great in the playoffs. Neither does players who can't necessarily shoot at the highest of clips. But Stephon Castle has something, and I think he's a winning basketball player. I can't get over it. He makes the plays that winning basketball players make. He makes the right reads. He has great. He gets to the line great. He has like really big important offensive rebounds. He always comes up with a steal when the Spurs need it. When the Spurs need life. Like I don't know how to describe it, but I think he's a good basketball player, and I think a lot of people have kind of like, even myself. I will include myself in this conversation. Have kind of underestimated him.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really say too much about it. I don't watch the Spurs as much as you do, but I've always liked Castle. I mean, I was a huge fan of him coming out of the draft when he was at UConn. I watched a lot of his games at UConn. I'm not the biggest college hoops guy, but I will watch guys who are notable that can go to the draft in the league. And Castle was obviously one of those guys in his year at UConn, and so I watched a lot of him there. Loved him coming out the draft. Went to San Antonio, watched him obviously a lot last year because I met you and I would watch Spurs games a lot with you and stuff like that. So I would see him play, and I'm just like, this guy has. You're right. The big phrase is winning basketball. He's a smart player. He has a lot of IQ for a guy his age. He just has like the archetype of just a guy that you want on your team. Like he can get north south. Obviously, not be a primary ball handler, which is maybe something that you would want to see out of that kind of archetype. But north south, he can pull up from the mid range. He can get to his spot on the court. He is incredibly athletic. He plays very well defense. He moves his feet very well and laterally. He's quick. He's fast. He's strong. He's bouncy. Like those are things that you want in the prototypical modern day wing guy. Um, and then to play next to Wemby, I think that's just a bonus. And then obviously you get Fox back. We saw what he just did against New Orleans when Fox came back. He had 14 assists. And then that number is obviously probably not going to stay that same, but it's the things that you can see out of him that like the north south part that I was just talking about. He's able to kick it back out to guys, and they're knocking down their shots. So once you get that kind of going, get Fox back in the rotation, him get going, and then get Wemby back to how he was at the start of the season, because he's fallen off just a little bit. Still a great player. You got 3 all-star caliber players right there. And then you have, like you said before, Luke Cornett's been out. He's come back. That's your sneaky 6-man of the year pick right there. And then just other guys that you're still developing. We talked about this before we got on here. Carter Bryant hasn't been playing a whole bunch, and he's one of the best prospects in the draft, coming out of this draft. And then obviously the big one is like you lost Dylan Harper for a couple weeks, and he looked like the rookie of the year when he was playing. So like y'all got some stuff going on, and it's gonna fall back into place. It's just it looked shaky for like a week, but y'all back on track.
Yeah, and talking about this game from a Houston perspective, it just
This that's just you don't want to see that out of your team, especially Houston.
it was very hard, especially when you have a guy like KD. Granted, KD's never been known as like that level of a playmaker. He's always had some tertiary playmaking abilities, but he's never been
Yeah,
like that much of a creator. And he had a rough game. I mean, he had 8 turnovers, 24 points. I forget what the efficiency was like. I want to say it wasn't his best, especially for KD standards.
yeah.
But it was mainly the
Um,
turnovers that just were killer for the Rockets, and it's very clear that this team is missing a ball handler.
yeah,
I
8 of
mean
18 from the field is just not gonna cut it when you're KD.
that that Fred Van Vliet injury just to
It
me
sucks.
killed their chances of competing with OKC in the West, like in a series.
Yeah,
Because
I,
how are you going to try to compete with the Thunder's defense and their turnover creation when you don't have a point guard?
mm-hmm. And given
Like
where the Thunder are,
Reed Shepard's nice, but I don't trust him to be like that level of a lead guard. And I do want to
yeah, at
give Reed Shepard
least
his props because I thought he was one of the few bright spots for the Rockets in that game. Granted, it
he's not there yet.
Reed is
Like,
always going to have his downsides just due to his size, him being that 6 foot 6'1" guy. I mean, the Spurs are kind of even picking on him in a zone. Like they were just you had Champagne and Barnes just shooting
like
over him.
damn near a box and one you had.
Yeah, but like his defensive abilities, like his event creation abilities, are like special. I see something there, so I think he can be a serviceable player defensively, just due to the fact that he's a event creation guy. Like he gets steals, he gets deflections,
Yeah,
stuff
I
of that
mean,
nature.
if you're a Houston fan, you look at that San Antonio game, you're like, who? Like, we had such a good stretch, but like you said, they didn't play the greatest of teams. I think that's very fair to say. Their last 3 before they played you guys was Boston, Dallas, Memphis, who are almost bottom feeders of their conferences at this time of the year already. And then they go to that San Antonio game and they just they don't look the greatest. Um, I mean, obviously, you're always you're never gonna be a perfect team throughout the season. You're never gonna have like the greatest games, but I mean, that's a game that you wake up for if you're Houston. That's a potential playoff series that you might see in the second round at least, maybe. And you get, I'm not gonna say steamrolled or bounced. It was a competitive game, but you don't play well enough to to give yourself a chance down the stretch to win the game, which is the big factor. And that's where a guy like Fred VanVleet, if you have a point guard, comes into play because you guys they had so many turnovers that game, and then it just doesn't work out. But then they go into the next game. I believe it was last night. They played Milwaukee. Was it last night or
Yeah,
the day
yeah.
before?
No, it was midday yesterday, but yeah, they
Yeah,
played Milwaukee.
they play Milwaukee and then they win. And Milwaukee has been sneaky, one of the better teams in the league over the past week or so. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, at least on my side of the things. And you go out there and win, and then everything seems like it's fine. But it's kind of like damage limitation. Like it's almost like they're like a government trying to cover up their problems, which is kind of weird. Like genuinely, like the way that they play is just not reflective of what team they actually are. And I feel like that's kind of the case for a lot of these teams, positive or negatively. Like
Well, yeah,
they don't really have a point guard, so like what can they really do? It's tough.
you're never gonna have a perfect team. I mean, it's unless you're like the OKC Thunder, but
Yeah,
but
but like even we were even talking about it
regardless,
earlier.
it
Like we were
just
talking,
feels like this year more than any other year. There's a lot of contenders with really big flaws,
yeah,
if that makes sense.
yeah, except the Thunder,
Except the Thunder,
which is just
which
insane. And they're not even at full strength, and they look like just still the best team, which we'll talk about. But like we talked about it before this podcast, we were talking about like, wow, should we talk about how bad Dallas has been? But like we kind of expected it, like you said. Like we didn't expect this maybe to this extent where they're going to be 2 wins already. Is that what they have? 2 wins
yeah, I
only?
think it's two.
Hey, like it's
But
bad,
ball
but like
handling is so important in this league. Having a
exactly,
ball handler, that's like the one takeaway. Probably my biggest takeaway from the Spurs Rockets is just ball handling is so important in this league.
yeah,
If you don't have a point guard, you're like you're cooked, man.
yeah. Look at the teams that. Well, we'll talk about it later, but I'll say this for later. But when we get into the teams that we have in our top 10, almost all of them have a primary ball handler. At least, like I'd say, top 5 to 10 ball handler in the league. I mean, that's consistent. Like it's just what it is. Like that's how it goes. If you don't have a ball handler in this league, then you're doing some nasty work. Like look at the Mavs, look at the Celtics. They're I'd say one of their primary ball handlers was Jason Tatum. He's down for injury, and they only have 3 or 4 wins. The Indiana Pacers, their point guard Tyrese Halliburton is not playing. Prime ball handler, they only have 1 win so far. The rest of the teams, OKC, their primary ball handlers, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's the MVP. Why are they the number 1 team in the league? Because they have that kind of guy. But we'll get into that a little later. Anyways,
I mean,
well,
speaking of ball
speaking of ball
handlers,
handlers, yeah, go ahead, yeah,
just getting right into it. I mean, De'Aaron Fox returned yesterday, or not yesterday. Sorry,
2 days ago,
Saturday,
yeah.
and he had quite the impressive performance. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Wemby didn't have the greatest of outings yet again. Uh, I don't even want to say like Fox and Castle had their best ever outings either, because I feel like they could be better. But Fox had this one stretch, man, that just gave me life, man. He didn't score up until this point in the game. Then he just went on a 15-0 run by himself.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
nuts.
it was ridiculous. And he looks like De'Aaron Fox. Like there's not much more to say. He iced the game with a dagger. I mean, like he is our closer. Spurs fans were talking about it like up until he came back. He is the closer to this team. Like, let's not forget who De'Aaron Fox is. He's one of the clutchest players in basketball.
Yeah,
Like I think people got so far away from the conversation this offseason with how much money the Spurs paid him and forgot that with the amount of money the Spurs paid him, with the Spurs drafting Dylan Harper, with Stephon Castle winning Rookie of the Year. And I think a lot of people just forgot, like, this is De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox
yeah,
is still an all-star guard in this league.
yeah.
Like,
Like
put
you
some
look at the
respect on his
guards.
name.
You look at the guards. It's point guards at least. It's Shea, Luca, Steph, Brunson, top 4, right? And then you look at sorry, you can't see that. Then you look at that 5th one, and you're thinking, oh, maybe Fox can be in there. Maybe it was Trae Young before the injury. Like maybe it's Cade in there. Who will talk about that? It's probably
Ja.
Cade. But then Job, like it's up for grabs, and Fox is in that conversation for a top 5 guard. So he's at least top 10 in my eyes, at least, and maybe in a lot of other people's eyes too. But I mean, you look at that, he could start rising more and playing again with this team with Wemby. I don't know why people were so quick to write it off over the offseason. Like last year, we were talking about this is the perfect fit for a guy like De'Aaron Fox to be in. And then now they came into this season, they're like, yeah, trade De'Aaron Fox. Like, what? Like, no, like this is an all-star guy, and it's a great fit. It's a great fit. And I get you guys drafted Dylan Harper, but like, hey, we see in this league too with the OKC Thunder, it's great to have depth like that. Like, yes, Harper should be playing maybe starter minutes and stuff like that, and it's kind of going to be a fight between him, Fox, and Castle for those guard positions. Like, dude, it's great to have depth. So I don't know why they're so quick to write off Fox. I mean, I'm one of the biggest De'Aaron Fox lovers out there. Like, I've loved him ever since he was at Kentucky and when he went to Sacramento when he was a rookie. Like, I've loved him so much because I love a fast type of guard that plays at his style, like super fast and controlled. So I mean, I've always loved him, and I just don't know why people were so fast to write him off.
Yeah, and I think this is very much a situation where Fox is going to play off Wimby's gravity. Wimby's going to play off Fox's gravity.
Mm-hmm.
I think overall they're going to make each other better. Just I think we'll see Wimby start to get out of his slump soon, hopefully soon,
Hopefully
maybe
today.
tonight. I mean, you're playing a Nikola Vucevic anchor defense, so hopefully tonight. But
Yeah.
I think this team's only going up. I hope that Luke Cornett gets healthy. I hope Dylan Harper gets healthy, so I can watch this team at full strength. I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah. Anyways, those are really are just our talking points. We just talked about our teams basically, or we just that was
Basically, just
very
talk about the
Spurs
Spurs.
oriented. Yeah, title of this video might just be Spurs. But we'll get into our regularly Monday broadcasting. What do you want to do first? Player or team?
Let's go player. Let's go 10
All right.
through 6,
Yeah, let's
both of
go
our
10 through
lists.
6. All
All
right,
right.
for sure. You go first.
All right. At 10, Devin Booker. A lot of people around here are going to love to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
9, I got Shingun.
Okay.
8, people are going to be shocked, but I got Wimby. 7, I mean, just lights out recently. Tyrese Maxey. And 6, I got Donovan Mitchell.
All right. I have at 10 Benedict Mathurin. I wanted to shine some light on him. 9, I have Tyrese Maxey. 8, I have Josh Giddey. 7, I have Spida. And 6, I have Wemby. So we have 2 guys in there that are the same. 3 guys in there that are the same. Sorry. 3 guys in there that are the same. Let's talk about the ones that we have the same. So Maxey, Wemby, Spida. Wemby, I feel like, is just a given. He's got to be in there somewhere, but I feel like we both dropped him a little bit just for his recent lackluster performances. So I think that's fair, but he can with a good game tonight, he could easily jump back into that top 5. So, yeah, that was my thoughts on that one.
Yeah, no, there's not much more to say. Wimby hasn't been that impressive. Obviously, the defense is always going to be there, but offensively, I think it's more than just him figuring out the double teams because I do feel like he's truly in a shooting slump right now. Like he's not shooting a good percentage from 3.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of honestly worried that he maybe might have messed up his form with all the post work he's been putting in this offseason, but I don't know.
I mean, but out of a guy like him, you'd rather have that post work over that jump shot. So,
Oh yeah, oh absolutely. But that's part of what makes him special as a player,
yeah,
and
very
I
versatile.
think he just needs to keep shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Then who else do we have the same?
D Mitch.
Maxi. We've already talked a lot about Tyrese Maxey on the show, though. He's
One thing I do want to say is
ridiculous.
the last week we talked about if Maxi can keep this production up and if he's actually legit. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch him play. He's legit. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah,
And then Mitch, I mean, he's also just been
it's Donovan Mitchell.
yeah, he's actually been very not underrated, but out of the spotlight just because of how good the other 4 plus Wemby that we're going to talk about later have been. But Mitchell's been a very good case for a sneaky, top 5 MVP type of race and another All NBA first team. He's been playing that well recently. He dropped 46 a couple nights ago, and he has been on a very good tear. He's averaging over 30 a game, I think, in the past couple weeks, and that's just beautiful. But the other 2 guys that you have Book and Shengun that I don't have. Go ahead and speak on them a little bit.
I don't got much to say about Shingun. Just one of the better players on one of the best teams in the league. Not necessarily record wise, but net rating wise,
Mm-hmm.
and well, record wise too. But lost to the Spurs. Uh, Devin Booker, man. Where do I begin with Devin Booker? I mean, I don't think you could, as a basketball fan, I don't think you could love Devin Booker enough. I think Devin Booker's kind of everything you like that makes somebody love basketball. Truly.
That-
And I don't even think
Absolutely.
that's glazed. I just think that Devin Booker is that good of a player, that type of
Yeah.
player, like that lovable of a dude.
He's the type of guy that like if you just want to like relax and watch hoop highlights, you put on his highlights, man. Just put on some
Oh
calm
yeah.
Spotify. Just open Spotify, put on some calm music. Like you just watch his highlights. You don't have to put any sound over. Just watch his highlights. It's just like it's blissful. So I can't even hate you for it there. He's also been
Yeah,
on a
no,
very
I
good
mean,
tear recently.
yeah, no. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. 99th percentile on off. Sorry, I got away from the talking point a little bit. Uh, net rating when he's on +3. Just nuts. He's averaging almost 30, 41% from three. Again, it's Devin Booker.
Yeah. I have Matherin in there, not because he's been great recently. Obviously, he's been injured and stuff like that. But I put him in there just to highlight, how good he was before his injury. And the Pacers are now 1-9, and I think that injury is a very big part of why. I mean, that team is just rattled with injuries. Hopefully, he returns soon. Honestly, I could have put. I was thinking putting Shingu in there, but I want to talk about Matherin just more. He was both of our picks for most improved player. He showed that in the first couple of games that he played, and whenever he comes back, I think he's going to continue that stretch. He's averaging over 30. He was very efficient in those games too. So I can't wait for him to come back. And then it feels like we always talk about a Bulls player or the Bulls every week or episode at this point. But they're a fun team, and I don't like I love talking about them. Giddy, I have him at 8. He has been just it's been almost a triple double for him every single game.
You
Like it's
still
kind of
rocking with
insane.
Giddy after that incident in Cleveland the other night? DeAndre
Which
Hunter?
one? Uh, I forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie.
Highlight of the year right there. I mean, that's wow.
Yeah, that was.
I'm not even hating on Giddy. Like that doesn't diminish my thought of
Yeah,
him as at all as a
I
player.
know,
But that was
but
just that was a crazy.
that was nasty.
Hey,
Like,
DeAndre Hunter's high key got a like unreal highlight bag. Like I mean,
oh, absolutely. But I mean, Giddy's been unbelievable so far. Got to give him props. I know this is our power rankings by week, so I kind of took into account, just recent success. But I mean, I also talked about like this is the first one of the year, so I kind of went overall a little bit more. Um,
yeah, so
and
did
so for
I.
him,
I
he's
don't
more of
want
an
to.
overall. He's more of an overall type of guy that's been playing really well. So I had to shout out him, put him at top 10. We'll go 5-1 now. This is where we have almost the exact same list, except of our 1 and 2 are flipped. But you can go
Wait, is it
after
actually?
after
I
after
didn't realize
five.
we were that close.
Yeah,
All
after,
right,
after five we can go in. Like after five, you can go any way
all right.
you want
We
with
both
anything.
have
But go
Kate. We
ahead.
both have Kate at 5. We both have Luca at 4. We both have Shea at 3.
Uh huh.
Then I have Jokic at 2, Giannis at 1. You have Giannis at 2, Jokic at 1.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think the
that's
main
just
guy here we want to talk about is Cade Cunningham, who has been
yeah.
otherworldly in the past recent weeks. So, uh,
We have talked so much about the other 4 on this list on this
yeah.
podcast. Like
Well,
let's talk about Cade.
yeah. Okay. Well, I'll just say about the top four first of all. You can go any way you want with them. You can put Shea at 1, Luca at 1, Giannis at 1, Jokic at 1. Obviously, you have two different ones. You can go any way you want with that. But Jokic has been unbelievable in terms of triple doubles. Giannis has been unbelievable in terms of two-way player. Let's talk about Cade Cunningham right now because the Detroit Pistons are number 1 seed in the East. They are 8-1, 8-2, 8-1, 8-2. I believe they're 8-1. I think they only have 8-2. Sorry, they're 8-2. Let me fact check real quick. I really don't want to get that wrong. I literally had that in my mind before we started talking about him. But
Uh
Cade Cunningham has been unbelievable.
Pistons are 8 and 2.
8-2, and they have been on a 6-game winning streak in the past week and a half, 2 weeks. Top of the 1 seed or top of the Eastern Conference. They've jumped from like 10-1 in that stretch. They are over teams like the Knicks, the Cavaliers, and the Bucks, and a Eastern Conference that we've been saying for the whole year already that it's been cupcakes and rainbows over there, and they are the 1 seed, deservingly. And they have most of those games in the 6-game win streak have come against teams in the Western Conference, so they have been winning the intra-conference battle. So they can prove that they can beat Western Conference teams. So that 1 seed is very solidified and justified for them. And Cade Cunningham, man, I put him at my All NBA third team when we did predictions a couple weeks ago. He's been living up to that hype for me at least, and he's averaging over 30 a game. His playmaking skills haven't I want to say have taken a jump this year. Like he can get an assist with any way he wants. It's like he has Hall of Fame dimer out there on a badge from 2K in real life. And he's been unbelievable, and that team deserves a lot of credit. And we'll talk about the team more later. But what are your thoughts on Cade? Honestly, I wanted to put him over Luka just because I was like, I would love Cade so much.
Yeah, no, I highly considered putting Cade higher. I didn't really want to break up the top four just because that's the top
Yeah.
four we talk about all the time. But Cade's been ridiculous recently. He really made me consider doing it. It's
Mm-hmm.
just that he hasn't. Sorry, let me preface this with him putting up the numbers that he is right now is ridiculous considering his efficiency. Like
Yeah.
he hasn't been that efficient so far. Like he's been kind of subpar at the rim, and he's shooting like 30% from three, and he's still putting up 25 points a night. Elite playmaking numbers, not really turning the ball over a whole lot. I looked at his defensive numbers; they're like actually not terrible either. Which I mean, it's kind of expected with a guard of his size, but still, like Cade Cunningham has been really good this year, and especially recently. So
Yeah. He's almost a walking triple double at this point. His rebounding has taken a leap from last year. He's using that athleticism, I feel like, a lot more. And his defense, obviously his numbers aren't that bad, but he's more of that, high IQ jump passes lane kind of defender. So I mean shout out him. Let's get into power rankings though for teams. This is where we definitely have, we
our
have
differences, we definitely have our
one,
differences.
two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 of the same teams. 2 of them are different, just different orders, obviously, except for top 2. Let's go 10 through 6 again, one more time. Go ahead.
Let's all right. I got the Lakers at 10. Very controversial, Big Lakers guy. Big Lakers guy. Got the Lakers at 10. Warriors at 9. Wolves 8. Cavs 7. Knicks 6.
All right. I got Chicago at 10, Milwaukee at 9, Houston at 8, San Antonio at 7, LA at 6. Lakers, not the Clippers.
Sorry, that's just so crazy. Sorry.
Hey, Zach by the numbers has been telling me that the Lakers should be lower than that, and I get that, but we're 7-3.
Okay, but
We're
like
we're winning the games
The
that we.
Lakers are also just a worse team than the Spurs and the Rockets.
Okay, but we beat the Spurs, and the Spurs beat the Rockets.
Net rating never lies. Koa.
We win the games.
Tell that. Talk to me come April.
It's November, bro.
Nah, we live for April around here.
You don't think we do too? We actually live for July, by the way, not April.
What,
Talk
free
to me in
agency?
July. Nah,
Summer
man.
league?
No, hell no.
Summer league?
Actually, Lakers are high key like a July summer
Do you
league
mean
team.
June?
Oh, June. Sorry, I don't
All
know
right,
why I
bro.
said July. June. We talk about June around here. You're wearing the jersey. You should know, man.
Oh yeah, no,
Hold up your
no.
hands. Hold up your
We
hands.
talk about that. We talk about
Wait,
the draft
hold up your
around
hands.
here.
Hold up your hands. Hold up your hands. Hold up your hands. Real quick.
No, I'm good.
No, hold up your hands. Hold up your hands. Hold up your hands. Just go like this.
No,
Go
I'm
like
good.
this.
I'm
Go like
good. I'm
this.
good. I'm good.
Just go like this. Go like this. Just go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Trust me. Trust me.
No, you good. You good.
Actually, I only need 7 fingers to complete this mission real quick. Just put up 7. Just put up 7.
Oh,
Nope.
you're supposed to put you put up 7. You put up 7.
You put up 6. No, hell
Yeah,
no.
so and you put up
No,
7.
we're not doing that. You weird as hell. No. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Anyways,
Hey,
yeah, okay. Lakers controversy.
6 is what the Spurs are getting to this season. If you know, you know. Race for Sace. We're getting to 6 this year. But
Race for Sace.
6 rings.
You Spanish? You speak Spanish?
All right, bro. All right, bro.
You mean the race for 6?
All right. Can't say. Are you like? You have a problem with speaking Spanish?
No, I don't have a problem speaking
Okay,
Spanish.
that's like
It's just still 11 lower than what we have, so don't worry
all
about
right.
it. Anyways, we had you had the Wolves in there at 8. and the Warriors in there at 9. I know you talked earlier about how having the Warriors at 9 was hard to put them at. So what are you reasoning for that one?
Really and truly, it's just the last 2 weeks they're ninth net rating wise, and they're doing that without largely without Steph, largely without Jimmy.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but we saw
I
what
think it's
happened,
fair to
bro.
put them right now, but I do have concerns going forward. With that being said,
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
we talked about it earlier too in the season where we were like, hey, this team relies so much on health, and their top two guys who are old as hell went out with injury and illness in the first 3 weeks of the season, and have been missing for the past couple of games. And when they were out, uh, Russell Westbrook in the big 2025 triple double on their head. That was not a good sight to see. And the Indiana Pacers, who had 0 wins at the time, got their first win of the game or season against that Warriors squad on the road, by the way. So that's why I couldn't really have them at in the top 10. They're a fringe top 10 team. Maybe after tonight when Curry and Butler return, which they're expected to, maybe I'll move them back up. But I had Chicago in there. I think I think they are still deserving that top 10 spot. I think they've been playing. I talked about last week how their schedule in from last week going into this week is going to be really telling, and they played very well in that
I wouldn't
stretch.
say very well. I think there's definitely been some times
Okay,
where it looked like
I'll
they're
say
coming
not
down
very
to
well,
earth.
impressive at least, and like they've come down to earth obviously, but I mean based on the competition they played, they've been playing basketball that's good enough for me to say they're still a top 10 team. Uh, I can't get the giddy ankle break out of my mind though. I can't.
Yeah,
It's
no,
actually
that
insane.
Cavs game was rough for them. I mean,
Yeah, and then I have Milwaukee in there. I feel like I have them in there just obviously they didn't play the greatest last night against Houston, but Giannis is a top. You have him at top one. I have him top two. It's Giannis moving forward this next week. I don't see a lot of teams that could beat them. I actually don't. What's their schedule looking like? Actually, let me look at that real quick. Yeah, they play Dallas today. Oh no. Oh man,
oh yeah,
that's gonna be wipe
pray
that
for
one up.
Dallas.
Yeah, pray for Dallas,
I,
and then they play Charlotte twice. So
80 is still out. I mean, that's
yeah,
yeah.
Anthony
If
Davis
80 is
Davis.
still out, I don't know when he's returning.
He's not returning this. I don't think he's returning this week. He
Yeah,
hasn't.
man.
Yeah.
Raps.
Yeah. Well, we both had. I had the Spurs down at 7.
That's disrespectful again. Just
Hey, I told you this before though. Like I can't. I'm not going to put them higher than the Lakers because the Lakers beat the Spurs
it's a bad game. I mean, just flat
from
out.
both teams,
Both teams played a bad game.
and we want the better. You say this: good teams find ways to win those games, and we won that game. Hence, why you're wearing a jersey right now.
Hey
So let
man,
that be a reminder. If you
I
if you
can't
ever
hear
think,
you
look
from down
down.
there, bro.
Just
I
look
can't
down.
hear you. I can't hear you from down there.
My brother in Christ, you're like one spot ahead of us in the
Exactly,
standings.
bro. Mind the gap.
Mind the
Mind the
gap.
gap. Mind the gap.
Hey, I can't. Hey, I can't. Hey, don't worry about it. If just look down real quick. If you're looking down, you still see us because it's across your chest right now. That's what I'm saying.
Audience can't see it though.
Stand up again.
Nah, I'm good.
I can't edit it. Don't worry about it. I got you. Um, they know, y'all. You know what? Our franchises. Did you just? Okay. Our franchises. Sorry. Lakers franchises is sorry enough to put a Wish sponsor on their jersey. That's how you know that's bad. Anyways,
Who's your sponsor now? I'm like, is it crypto?
BB Go.
Oh Lord, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
It's like a Korean uh DoorDash type of thing.
I'm
I
just
don't.
not gonna worry about it. All sponsors are bad.
The only one that's good was Disney with Orlando.
Nah, I don't even care for that. But
That was hard. Anyways, who is
so
yours?
you want to get into
Frostbank?
top five?
Is
Because
yours Frostbank?
huh?
Is yours Frostbank? Is that your sponsor?
Yeah, ours used to be Frost. Now it's a Ledger, which is a crypto wallet. I know,
Holy
terrible,
shit.
but
Bad. Anyways, top 5.
uh,
Yes.
5 and 4 for me. You know, you're 6 and 7. Or no, sorry, not you're 6 and 7. I wanted to say 6-7, but you're
They
seven
are my
and
six.
eight.
Oh, seven.
You're
They are my
7 and 8.
7 and 8. Fuck.
Rockets at 5. Spurs at 4. Pistons at 3. Nuggets at 2. Thunder at 1.
Yeah,
Now
I
we
have
have
New
the same
York at
top 3, but
yeah, I have New
curious to
York
see
at
you at 4 and
5.
5.
I have New York at 5, Cleveland at 4. So I have them a little higher than you, and then same top three: Detroit, Denver, OKC. I think that one's just. If you have any different opinion from the past 2 weeks, you don't know ball. Uh, OKC's been the best team in the league
Duh.
since 2023.
Yeah.
Denver's been the second best team in the league since 2023, and Detroit has been the third best team in the league since 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, Cleveland, New York, though, they're not super far off from where we have them, obviously, or honestly, like relative to each other. But New York kind of faltered a little bit in the past week or so, and Cleveland hasn't playing like decent ball.
Yeah, no,
I feel
I
like
get I get the New York placement. I really feel like I could have put them higher. Uh, I just maybe I'm being a bit biased putting the Spurs because this in there because the Spurs haven't been the greatest over the last 2 weeks, but I just think that that win over the Rockets was so impressive
yeah,
considering how good the
that's
Rockets are.
that's really why I wanted to put the Spurs up there. I got to stick to my principles with that one. It's like defense. Um, but the thing that I want to say about this, like, this is really hard to rank right now in terms of this week. I'm not saying it's very hard to rank teams, but like for this week because we
Yeah,
started
because so many
this week
teams are
three.
so close to each other right now.
Yeah, well, first of
I
all,
think
so
that's
many teams are
fair.
so close to each other, but like also like we're week three now. If we started this maybe week one and we're adjusting based off of that, then yeah, it makes more sense. But like we're taking in three things into account: overall play the season, play in the last week or and a half or two, and then how good they can be in the coming week. Because we're gonna be doing this weekly, so I feel like next week's power rankings are gonna be very telling and more
Yeah.
fluid and stuff like that. This is kind of like a baseline of things to come. Um, I'm excited for those ones actually. I think next week's gonna be very good.
Yeah, same on the player side. I'm excited. Like I
Yeah,
want to put some good shouts in there. I mean,
yeah, and then obviously we're gonna come back out next week with award ladders too.
yeah,
Those ones will be together.
yeah.
We'll make those me and him together, and we'll give that to y'all.
I
But
don't
hey,
exactly. I sorry. I just wanted to ask before we
no, go
wrap up.
ahead.
I don't understand your Rockets placement. Now,
It's
the
because
loss to the Spurs wasn't good, but the Rockets have won 6 of their last 7 games. They're
so
third overall in net rating.
the
Like,
okay.
what do
So
you not see there
obviously
aside from the obvious ball handling issues?
it's literally
What do
that.
you not see there? Okay,
It's that because like if I'm looking forward, like obviously they have been playing very well, and you said it. They're number three in net rating and all this kind of stuff. But like until I see good fluid offense, like the numbers can tell a story, but the eye test tells a whole different story when you watch that team. I'm not sure how many games I'm like. Let me just look at their upcoming schedule. We saw it last night against Milwaukee. Kind of, they were able to get a win there, but they play. Let's see. On Wednesday they play Washington. Then they play Portland, who I think that's a very I'm gonna say trap game. There's whatever. I think Portland's gonna be a very good matchup against that Rockets team because Rockets don't have a point guard, and Portland's defense has been one of the best in the league. Drew Holiday is their defensive guard. Nobody is going to get past him. So what's going to happen there? And then Orlando is one of the best defensive teams in the league too. They have Jalen Suggs and Desmond Bain on that team, who are great defenders in terms of who they play in the guard. So next week, if they can find a way to get wins against those three teams, or even just Portland and Orlando, and I see good guard play out of them, and I see them moving the ball and all this kind of stuff, oh yeah, I'll be inclined to move them up. Just right now, I haven't seen good guard play out of them for me to put them. I'm at 8 over obviously San Antonio. They lost to, and then if I'm going off of that, I could put them at maybe 5 or 6. But it's not that huge of a jump. So that's why I said like next week will be more telling of like where teams really are.
I think that's fair too, and I think this will be fluid as obviously it's going to be fluid as the season
Yeah,
goes,
yeah, yeah.
and we'll see what moves the Rockets make come December, come January when some of those contracts are able to
December
be
14th,
traded, and
15th, is that what it is?
I think it's 15th.
Yeah.
Shout out 2K, shout out my league,
Yeah, that's exactly why.
but yeah, no. We'll see where this goes from this point on, and maybe they go make an addition. You know, John Morant's on the block. Trey Young could be out there, maybe.
One team I really am like, here's a scenario I've been kind of playing in my head. This is never going to happen, by the way. But the Lakers play the Thunder on Wednesday, right? And if the Lakers give them a run for their money, like competitive game, I'm not saying they're going to win. I don't think they're going to win either. Because who the hell, DeAndre Ayton is going to get cooked by Chet Holmgren. And it's Shea, obviously. And the Thunder team is just great. And it's Lakers. But like, if OKC, doesn't play the greatest against LA, and they're shaky this week, and Denver doesn't play the greatest against, I think they play, I want to say Milwaukee. I don't know who they play. Let me look at that real quick. Nuggets play, okay, Neverland. They play the Kings and the Clippers. So those should be chalked.
Well, what's your point, though? What's your point? Where are you going?
I'm saying, like, Detroit might be a sneaky team to go number one
It could.
on this rate that they're playing.
Then again, I really trust the Thunder to handle business versus the Lakers.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I know. But Detroit,
yeah.
I'm on a Detroit kind of bandwagon right now, honestly.
I think everybody wants to see Detroit succeed. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that Detroit sports fans have already been through enough. I think Pistons fans in specific have been through enough.
Oh, yeah.
And I think basketball is better when the Pistons are good. I think that was evidenced a lot last season. I think that's been evidenced in the past. And I'm happy to see Detroit succeed, really and truly.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the Eastern Conference, it's Detroit, Cleveland, New York, Chicago, Miami. And I'm like, this is really 2009 all over again, or 07 even. Like, this is funny as hell to see. And it's, mid 2K, man. We back. Anyways, we will be back with y'all on Wednesday. Wednesday's going to be a fun episode. Obviously, Wednesday's our game day, so we're gonna have a good slate of games for y'all. Go follow us on IG. A lot of clips there. Go get it on YouTube. Podcast is now available on Apple Podcast. If you haven't seen it on the IG yet, we have Apple Podcast, YouTube, Spotify. A lot more content to be pulled out and sent out and being pushed out. And I'm excited. This has been a great season so far. Probably one of the best starts to a season I've ever seen in my life in terms of NBA hoops. And the fact that I get to cover it with Zach is just amazing to see and to do. So we appreciate y'all for all the support and listening. We will see y'all on Wednesday. Stop hating, love basketball.